This is right at the Fayette Station Bridge. The town of Fayette was here. You can see this whole rock wall along here, and I see some in the back, so I'm going to go up in the woods here. Just some stone foundations in this thicket here. You see these laurel or ivy vines growing in the trees. That's always a sign there was a house site here, or building sites. Not sure how well this will show up, but that says Beckley, West Virginia on the bottom of this very thick glass bottle. Okay, the patent on this bottle, November 6th, 1923, 6.5 fluid ounces. Minimum content. Be hard to see, but right at the bottom it says Coca Cola bottle. So it's an old Coke bottle. Don't know how old something like that is. I'll leave that on that tree for the next person that's walking around the old town of Fayette. And a small mason jar. I don't know what the other one is. Another type of jar. Little creek pouring out here off the hill. Almost looks like a water holding cistern. Large building over there, I'm not sure what that is. Probably deal with coal somehow. Breezy day, it's about 35 degrees. This is the remnants of the town of Fayette in Fayette County. Right along the New River Gorge, right next to the CSX tracks. And pipe, but it doesn't actually feed into this. It's loose. And this is dry. It's the Fayette Station Bridge. They've named it something else, but everyone knows it. Fayette Station Bridge. The New River Gorge Bridge. At this old cut stone building here, there's a lot of coal on the ground, I've noticed. So I'm sure this is how they loaded some coal. I believe I have a picture of this, so I'm going to dub that into the video. There's some other remnants here. Some metal on the ground. I don't know if the tipple line was near here. I see something over here near this tank. Okay, just upriver of that building, I'm pretty sure this was the tipple line here. There's some chutes. Right here's a heavy rail. Another rail over there, and if you look, you'll see these stair-stepped foundations. They usually built the tipples on foundations like this. Probably had a car that they lowered back and forth on the rails with a cable. That may be what's known like as an oil car. I'm not sure. Someone will have to chime in on that. Like they had a chute going here that the coal went down on. And look at those old rocks, cut stones. Again, here's another view of those stair-stepped. Let me pause for a second. You can see all the coal bits on the ground here. I may walk up the tipple line and see what's up there. According to an overview picture I have, where you see those rocks down there, the town didn't extend maybe another 50 yards up. I'm going to hop down real quick here and take a picture of this building and coal tower here. from about the same angle as one of the older pictures. New River and the New River Gorge National Park. Fayette Station Bridge all the way through those trees, and of course the New River Gorge Bridge. Now that's about the angle that was taken from the older picture. Huge retaining wall leading up to this. BLAW-Knox, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's all I could read on that yellow sign up there. As I walk up this old tipple line, of course, there's all types of big chunks of coal there. 4x4. I'm just still right here. If this is anything like Stone Cliff, I started there at the bottom of the coke ovens, and where their tipple line was, followed up rails just like this. I'm gonna have to go about 3/4 of the way up the hill. This is a little bit interesting here. There's actually 3 rails. The ties on the rails are metal, iron, not wooden. Out now, even on this side of the track, you see the cable laying there? Metal cable, that's how they pulled the cars up and forth. The interesting thing, now we're 2 different tracks. I think there's cable as well. I'll give you a better idea of those metal cross ties. There's that cable. There's a junction right here. So we're back to 3 rails. So I imagine when they got to this point, one of these went down to that coaling tower, and the other might have went right into the train cars. There are some serious house-sized rocks on this hillside scattered all along here. Look at this one up here. About halfway up, some stacked rocks. Looks like there was a foundation here for something ages ago. Tree grow up inside that tire. I'll have to look. I think this went out in the 50s or 60s. Some metal remnants there, like another monitor car. Another set of remnants there, and you still see the tracks going right up the ravine, and it's washed out over the years. Okay, probably won't show up on there, but that says Heavy Golf Service. 7.00-20 Golf 10-ply, 10-ply tire. I don't know if that'll help date it. Golf Tire and Supply Company. There's that monster rock sliding off the hill there. And I'm getting close. I will walk over there on the way down. There's some foundations over there. And I know I'm getting close because I'm walking up a refuse pile. You know, the waste. Right up there is where the mine's going to be. On that flat. Right in the center of the screen now. It's all refuse here that they would have dug out. As I get closer, there's a piece of metal here. Coal, of course, another piece of metal laying here. I see rails up there and all types of stuff. What's left of one of the mining cars that they loaded with coal and pulled up and down this hill on the cable tracks. There's another one right over here. Axle still intact. There's even one laying in the ravine right there, center of the screen. Right there's like a piece of a transmission. Mining car down in the creek there. Definitely at mine level. I've seen one of the mine openings around the bend where that creek is that I followed up in the rails. And you see the park surface has shut these mines off so people can't get in them. Right there are some of the pulleys for the cable. You even see the cable wrapped around that. And there's another monitor car laying down in there. What if they put oil in those? Look at how far back they dug and all the rock they dug through. Hit this rock wall and then started to find the coal way up here. Someone pried that open so they could squeeze through there. Yeah, there's the entrance at least. I would not go in there. Just to show you. That's how easy slate falls. This loose stuff here. And I see some water laying way back there. I don't know if the camera will pick this up. See how deep they went in there. Because the dark spot that you're looking right in the front there, you see that hump of dirt about 20 feet away. Right behind that, there's the opening. Right, see if I get it in the center of the camera. Right there, that black area there. So there was some, you know, rock fall right there. Right up front, that's in the center of the camera. But right behind it's the continuation of the mine. This again is at Fayette County, West Virginia, the old coal mining town of Fayette. Now from this mine, on around this bench here, I saw another mine, but we're going to go this other way. See a wooden structure over here. And I see some rails going this way, so maybe there's another mine opening around the bend here. The River Gorge Bridge, I'm up on this bench here. I'm just going to refilm these. I don't know what those are there. They're both basically identical. Oh, it's a telephone pole laying, or electric pole laying against the rock there in that box. Interesting turn in the tracks. One went down this way and then on around still, where I'm sure there's another mine opening. It's a block concrete building. If I had to guess, it's probably a dynamite shed, TNT, whatever they used back then. Powder house, they called them. Now there's an actual mine cart that they would have drove in on to the mines. Way up here on the bench. I'm still following these tracks, haven't seen another opening yet, but isn't that the neatest thing? Mine cart left up here all this time. Up to the mine, because the path does end here in this little ravine. They actually built the mine portal here. I've seen pictures of this and it has changed a lot just in 15 years that the picture was taken. Apologize for the wind. You know, this mine's got water in it. Look at the water seeping out. There's a big ventilation fan, the blades here. And the remnants of the fan. So this was a ventilation shaft here. It's collapsed. Yeah, the path ended here. Now whether at one time they actually mined coal out of this portal and then turned it into a ventilation shaft, I don't know obviously the history on that. But that's the workings, inner workings of the fan. Ventilation fan. You see how nice the Park Service was. They closed that off again. Yeah, unfortunately. And I can't see something. Let me get around to the center. Just right at that mine fan shroud right now. And while there's collapse here, I do see an opening back there. Okay, I'm standing right above where the ventilation fan shroud is right here. And Park Service went to the trouble blocking all this off. But yet it's wide open right here. See, I'm actually walking on the roof. And right there's the portal. I'm at least going to take a peek there. Why they didn't shut that off. There is warm air pouring out of this. Probably my camera's going to fog up when I lower it here. Look at that. It's, like I said, it's probably 35 degrees. And that's probably like 55-degree air pouring out of there. But it almost feels like a hairdryer blowing in your face standing here. And it's just going to fog up, unfortunately. Probably my lens is fogging up, but there's the portal there. Warm air blown out. Now, if I was up here on a warmer day, closer to 50 to 55 degrees, that warm air wouldn't fog my lens up. But even standing, I'm 15 feet back, I could feel warm air pouring out. There's enough of a breeze, it's not causing my camera to fog up. This and Stone Cliff are probably the two best coal towns to see if you then hike up the hill to see the old mines like I've done on both these. I'll put a link to Stone Cliff in this video. Just show you the New River Gorge in the background there. I'm upriver from the bridge, so I'm looking downriver right now. All you gotta do is come to the Fayette Station Bridge, cross the railroad tracks, walk into the woods. It's a thicket when you first start, but if you walk up about 20 or 30 yards, you'll get out of the thicket and walk upriver, and you'll start to see some of those things I saw at the bottom. When you come to that building with the look like that water retaining cistern and the little coaling tower, whatever you want to call that, just go straight up the hill there and you'll find these. Now you have to walk this bench. I've walked it 200 or 300 yards to get to this ventilation shaft back there. That ventilation shaft probably was mined at one time because there's all types of coal on the ground. Electrical box here. See the telephone pole or electric pole laying up on the rock there. Right over from the very first mine opening. Rails here. Looks like they attempted an opening here now. If they did, it's collapsed. Kind of looks like a lot of the house coal mines that I dig after years. That's what happens. Opening in there. Because there's water backed up in there, it's seeping out at the bottom. So this definitely was a mine portal. Looks like some remnants of a potbelly stove, actually. Plants and flowering bushes randomly way up the hill here. If you look at the old picture, I'll put an arrow on it. This area that I'm standing was an open area. I was just walking back between the rocks and noticed this. Don't know what it was, but there was a roof on it. Might have been another powder house. Rocks had broke over it. Right up where that V is, it's about where those mines are at. And on around to that rock over there. We were just under that. Yeah, on the Fayette Station Bridge here.